Diary Entry 3. Deathlord of the Ebon Blade. In the same week as we took the Broken Shore, the Arathi Basin, a battleground of old, was opened up as an arena for war games. Designed to test the strength of our warriors heading to reinforce the front, I was extended an invitation as the leader of the Ebon Blade. Naturally, I thought it would bolster morale to see the Deathlord helping to train our troops. I was a little shocked at what I found. First, winter has set in. Snow was packed all around the basin, and the constant snowfall made it hard to see more than a few meters in front of me. Visibility was so poor I could not even make out the farm from where I entered. It was eerily beautiful, but reminded me of Northrend. There was a paladin among the Alliance-to-Line forces. So excited he seemed to be to get into the battle, he was jumping from side to side. But not just that, he was astride a Stormdrake. Imagine that! It was ludicrous. I thought at first he was having trouble controlling the beast, but as soon as the horn sounded and the gates opened, he was off with the rest of us. I went to plant a flag for the Alliance side of the stables, then headed down to the mines to cement a claim there. As I came into view, peering through the snow and fog, I saw a fight between our forces and the Horde. With my help, we outnumbered them significantly and were able to turn the tide against them. It wasn't long before I was able to leave the blacksmith. Here, the fight was long. I spent a great deal of time chasing after an elven paladin who seemed to have taken up the mantle of healer, keeping his allies alive. More than once he mounted up on his charger to run, and his hands were constantly aglow with holy magic. It seemed as though I was fighting him forever, endlessly chasing him, trying to land good hits with my rune blade. Each time they struck true, he would cast another spell, and the wounds would close before my eyes. It was infuriating. Seemingly he was impossible to kill. And I've annihilated paladins in my time, believe you me. When I and my allies finally burned through the endless holy shields and magics, and the bubbles, as I heard them called, I headed off to check the situation in the lumber mill. It was so utterly infested with Horde I did not even bother. I fled immediately. Another brief skirmish awaited me when I returned to the blacksmith. A few Horde combatants returned to take it from us, including that damned paladin. Without the help of his druidic friend, he was no match for us. We struck him down, finished off his friends, and I stayed on to shore up our defenses, but it brought back some unpleasant memories. It was like being back in the army. After a brief inspection of our facilities, I stood in the snow. For ages I maintained that vigil in the howling cold, just waiting. And waiting. And waiting. I waited so long, I began to form ice under my very feet. When something finally did happen, it came in the form of a lone orc warrior who tried to sneak up on me and capture the flag right behind me, while riding a motorcycle. I mean, if there ever was a sentence to sum up orcish subterfuge, that would be it. But anyway, I bested that man in single combat and went back to waiting. And then, all of a sudden, like a flash of lightning, I was set upon by too many horde fighters. Though I fought valiantly, as befitting my station, I was forced to retreat. After a moment of recuperation at the nearby farm, I searched for some of my allies. I found them soon, attacking a lone hunter. I helped to dispatch him and returned to the Great Wait. This time I had a change of venue, as I stood among the pumpkins and did not have to listen to the banging of the anvil at the blacksmith. This did not last long. Knowing that we were ahead in resources and that the match would soon be over, a few horde made a last-ditch effort to reclaim the farm. I was mere moments away from the death blow on a particularly annoying troll druid when the trumps of Alliance victory blew. Proudly we accepted our rewards, clapped one another on the back, and left. While it did sate my hunger for combat some, and I recognize the immense potential for this as a training aid, I think I shan't be going back. Again, I left the relative comfort of Acarus and was greeted with nuisance and annoyance. I'll try harder to devote more time to commanding rather than fighting, I think, though it will be hard for me to stay away from the din of war.